welcome. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you're new here, hello, my name is Anne. If you're not new, welcome back, my friends. Today I'm going to bring you along with me on our Saturday, show you what I've been up to, all the things I'm able to accomplish, if any, we shall see, and just hang out with you. So stay tuned, grab a drink, grab a snack, let's get right into it. Hello, good morning. I have just woken up, washed my face, put some clothes on, and I think the first thing I need to do today is get some coffee. So that's gonna be step one, and then we will go from there. We will figure out what the subsequent steps are. But let's go get some coffee. The boys decided that they wanted to come. Max is right here. Milo is behind me. I was gonna show you them getting their pup cups, but the guy handed it to them out the window, so there was urgent pup cup need. The pup cups have not lasted long enough for me to pull the camera out, but just know they got them. And Daisy, she is at home, but she got a little toy, so everyone is happy, everyone is satisfied, including myself, as this is my drink. Today's little thing that they write on there is a little heart. They always write a little thing like Happy Friday or You Got This or something cute. So we're doing a triple shot today. A triple shot of espresso, 2 pumps of caramel, splash of sweet cream, and the salted caramel foam on top. This is pretty much what I get every time. The espresso shot count and various accoutrements will change up, but in general, that's usually what I get. So we're gonna go back home, but I wanted to go by the animals and see if there was any animals out. So we live in a small town right near Fort Collins, and as you kind of go into Fort Collins, there's a bunch of farms, many of which have animals. Last weekend, we literally saw so many animals, it was wild. We saw horses, cows, we saw sheep, which I've never seen before, we saw a pig, which I've never seen before, we saw chickens, we saw a raccoon, which I'd never seen before, so it was just like a zoo last weekend. I don't think we're gonna see that many this weekend, but I was gonna see what animals we could see. So we'll go that way. Alert, we have seen a cow. There is, in fact, a cow. The boys are excited. There's also a chicken. It's not a donkey, it's a chicken. A roaster. A roaster. Good God. Rooster. Wow, okay. There's a rooster over here somewhere. I can hear it. Oh, and look, there's some goats. Can you see those goats? This is such a treat for them. Living in the city and in the suburbs, you don't see cows and chickens and stuff all the time. And so whenever they're in the car with me, I try and have a farm detour so we can see all those fun things. What a treat to be a dog right now and just be sniffing all those things. Max is clearly very excited. Milo and I are ready for a nap now. Are you ready for a nap, my man? The way he lays over the couch is so goofy. He's such a goofy guy. Hey, Milo. He's like, I'm tired. Leave me alone. None of your crap today, Mom. None of your crap.
Hey baby, look at Milo out there. Hi. Hi there, baby girl. Hi there, girl. Just sitting right here in the AC. Yeah. Sitting in the AC.
Milo's face. I don't know where I last left you, but hello, here I am again. I've eaten a little bit of lunch and done some more laundry. Alex has come home. He has taken the car quickly, but then he will be back. I have placed a Target pickup order. The other thing that I did while I was doing the Target order is that I bought some clarifying shampoo at Target. I bought the L'Oreal Everpure, so I'm gonna try that. Sometimes you can get good like hair care stuff at the drugstore. Like I use the Dove shampoo and conditioner and I love it. So I'm gonna give that a go. And then that means that we can check off Ulta. We don't need to go to Ulta, but I do still need to go to Lowe's. And the things I need to get at Lowe's are I need to get some orchid pots and orchid soil, and then I also need to get some like bird seed for the bird feeder. So, and then of course I need to do the Target pickup order. So we still need to go out and do those things. Come on, just look at that face. Gosh, he's so cute. The other thing I was going to tell you is that I have some updates for you. Some updates, things that I need to update you on that have recently been going on. One of which is that I'm trying to register for the Run Disney Princess race. So basically, Run Disney, they do a bunch of events like once a quarter or something. They have different types of like events, and then you can, different like character races, and then you can race. In February, they do like an exclusive princess one, and it's super duper popular. I actually tried to get in a couple of years ago, missed out. So this year I tried again. Basically, it's a huge thing. There's this huge like waiting list, like a whole bunch of people try to log on at the same time. You get in this waiting room, you wait. If you even get over to the registration page, the things that you want to do might be sold out. It's a whole thing. So that was supposed to happen on Monday. Marked my calendars, like 2.5 hours before it was supposed to open. I logged in, got put in the waiting room. I was like ready to go. I had my payment method saved, everything. I was all logged in. I was like, yes, I really want to run at least the 5K because it's Tiana, who's my favorite princess. But I also think it would be cool to run the 10K. I've never ran a race before. I've walked, but I've never ran. So I'd really like to do this, like challenge myself, feel really powerful and strong, etc. Basically, I waited for like 2.5 hours, and then something had happened. The site crashed, and they ended up closing the registration. There was all this rigmarole. They were like trying to figure out when they were going to redo registration. It was this whole thing. They've now said that it's going to be next, like this coming Monday, so a week later. So this coming Monday, I need to get on, try and get registered, try and get a spot, etc. So cross your fingers. I really hope that I can do it. It would be amazing. It would be so fun. It would just feel so amazing, like definitely a bucket list thing. But it is such an exclusive ticket. And they offer priority to people who've run the princess races in the past, which is a little bit backwards to me, but it is what it is. So, I don't know. I will say that if I don't get in this year, I'll just try again next year, and the year after that, and the year after that. So, we'll keep trying, but that is the update. I shall report back on Monday with the news, so stay tuned. Hello, it's Future Anne popping in. It is currently Monday morning, and I just wanted to give you an update on the Run Disney status. So, drum roll please. I have officially gotten tickets for the Disney Princess 5K. It is Tiana themed, and it is coming up in February 2027. So I was able to get in, get a spot, and boy am I excited! I love coming to the plant section. It's so fun. We're gonna see what plants they have here today. Lots of beautiful, I think these are roses. True bloom. All of the beauty, none of the hassle. Always petunias. It's fun to see what different variations of petunias they have. Ah, salvia. Oh, interesting. This is a hibiscus. I can tell by that flower. I have a hibiscus tree. Look, the bees and wasps are loving that. What is this one? Wisteria? Balloon flower. Oh, interesting. Kind of looks like an eggplant flower. When they bloom, they kind of look like that. What's this one? Pretty foliage. A canna. Summer Spritz Lemon Zest canna. This is pretty. It looks very tropical. Okay. Here is some potting mix. Also have this one. This one's, yeah, like this one feels a little coarser. This one feels a little bit more. The one that I have is a little like thicker, larger bark pieces. So you put this in, and then you use something like a sphagnum moss to help prevent to help keep it moist inside there. But let's go ahead and get this. I think this will be enough. So I do have a little bit left over, so I think this will be enough. Now we need to try and find an orchid pot because their pots are special. Okay, take a look at these. These are fuchsia. They're beautiful. They are so stunning. Multicolored. I saw some the other day that were white on the inside and like red on the outside. They're so beautiful. Look at this grass. Whoa. It's like hair. What is this? Mexican feathergrass. Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay, this is the stuff we need. It's called suet. And it's like a block versus like seeds or nuts or whatever. But I'm almost wondering if it just makes more sense to buy this. Okay, here's the orchid section. Look at this one I just found. This is really fun. And also this one. This one's really beautiful too. Look at that one. And these striped ones back here. Pretty. I don't see any pots though. We've come to the plant clearance rack. This is something that Lowe's has that Home Depot does not do. Lowe's will mark down plants. So if you're ever in the market for a house plant, check this out. Because some of them, like this is a healthy plant, right? It just needs a little bit of water and, you know, some of that dead leaf removal. What is that? Weird. I don't think there's anything in here, although this is cute, the little house. But there's nothing in here that I desperately need. But always worth a look. I'm not seeing an orchid pot, I'm in the pots. Here are all the pots. I'm not seeing an orchid pot. Oh, it's hot in here. We were unsuccessful in our orchid pot attempt. I got the soil and I got the bird feed. I'm trying to get the AC on me. But I went inside to the indoor pots. I went outside to like the big pots. I also went to the orchid section, and there were some other scattered places that they had pots, and none of which were orchid pots. So I can just hold off on the orchid pot endeavor, or I can go to Home Depot, where I'm fairly certain they have orchid pots. The Target order is ready, so I can go pick that up. If you have to go in to the store really quickly for something because you forgot to place it in your drive-up order, do you stay in the drive-up spot or do you move to a different spot? I moved to a different spot, although I have stayed in the drive-up spot once before to run in real quickly. It just makes me uncomfortable. I feel like, even though, I mean, I would never do that if there was like a ton of people there, only if there's like a billion spots open, but still it makes me feel uncomfortable. So I moved to a new spot. Luckily there was literally one like right behind where I was parked at the front of the store. I needed to get some tofu, which is why I had to do that. So, okay, now to Home Depot for the orchid pots. How many times in this vlog can I say orchid pots? Take a shot every time I say it. Okay, here we go. Hello, we're back home. Home Depot did not have any orchid pots, so I ended up making a detour to a garden center where I did find an orchid pot. Now you may be wondering, what is an orchid pot? This is an orchid pot. So it has a drainage hole. There's water in this one, but it has a drainage hole, but it also has plenty of holes around the body of the pot. Here's another example. These are the ones. I bought 2 of these at the garden center. So orchids are, I think it's pronounced epiphytic, which means that they take their nutrients from the air. So technically orchids could actually, there are some orchids that can just live like as air plants. So they don't even need to be potted. So if you've ever seen an orchid growing on like a piece of bark, it can do that. Orchids can grow on the sides of trees. They can grow like up trees and on branches and stuff, which is why they're, if you look at their like flowers, it's actually a vine, because they vine around things and that's how they grow. And so because of that, that's most orchids, not all orchids, but most of the orchids that you see are epiphytic. Because of that, they like a lot of breathable air, breathable room in their pots. So if you were to plant an orchid in this, just regular potting soil, it would very likely die. A, because potting soil is too thick and there's not enough airflow, and B, because there's no airflow in the actual pot. So, because of that, when you're planting an orchid, you want to make sure that you have a lot of airflow in the pot. The other things that you can do, let me turn the camera around and show you. So the type of orchid soil, I use that air quotes, that's a loose term. This is orchid soil, and what it is essentially just bark. This is a coarser ground, this is a lighter ground, and then we also have some of that moss. So this one is the one that we just bought today. That's the lighter grind, so that's this one. And then this one is the one that I've previously had, which is this one. Then of course we have the moss. So also I am doing this on the kitchen table. I have this cool little thing that pops up and you can plant stuff on it and then wrap it up. It's really cool. But so what we need to do is we need to plant these 3 orchids in these pots. Now, one thing that I wanted to show you was the root system. So this is actually 2 plants. I've had these plants for a while and I got them to rebloom last year, but they are not reblooming this year. This is why. Look at the roots. Here is an example of what roots should look like. This is one that my husband just bought for me for Mother's Day. Look at this. So if we look at the 2, these are the roots on the sad plant. These are the roots on the healthy plant, and you can see it's got blooms on it and everything. So the other one is like this too. The roots are absolutely just nubby and sad. So I think it's probably because when I pulled all of the stuff out of this pot, it was a lot of this moss. A lot of the like wood chip had, I think, broken down, and so it was not getting enough airflow. I have been fertilizing, but I think at the end of the day, if it doesn't get enough airflow and it's like stuck in its own, moist stuff, it's not happy, clearly. So, and you can see there's absolutely no bloom. I mean, they're just leafing, but they're not in any sense of the word close to blooming. In fact, this one, I have just realized, is creating another leaf up here. So, and then this is another orchid type. And these ones, you can see the root system is a little bit different. Also the leaves are quite different. They're not as like leathery. These bulbs here, these are what store nutrients for the plants. So the way that this bloomed last time, this is actually a dancing lady orchid, this one. This stick comes out up here and then it blooms off of it. So it looks like that, obviously, but it comes out next to the bulb. So this plant currently is putting off new shoots, but it's also not blooming. So my goal is to try and get these ones to bloom again and to try and keep this one in good condition. Now I will say, I probably shouldn't be repotting this while there's active blooms on it, but this is just where we're at right now. This is what's happening, so that's that. All right, all of the orchids have officially been potted. I also watered my garden outside, so that is moist. And I'm just about to make dinner, and then I'm going to clock out for the rest of the day. So I wanted to show you the orchids and what they look like in their final stage. Please ignore the junk on my counter. But you can see here what they look like. So they look much better. I cleaned off their leaves and everything as well. The other thing that happened while I was outside watering the garden was there was a double rainbow. It was a beautiful double rainbow. It was stunning. And Alex was out there with me when I noticed it, and it was just a special little moment. The other thing I wanted to show you is these. So I know this is silly, but Alex loves these gummies, this Albanese like brand or whatever. Every time they have a new one, I get him a pack, and these are so cool looking. This is what they look like. Like, what is that? I already had a blue one. I'm gonna try a red one. They taste like lemon lime and blue raspberry. Okay, so I think that one was lemon lime. The blue one tastes like, you know, those firecracker ice, like popsicles. That's what that tastes like. That's what the blue one tastes like. I also got these when I was at Target. They have like an M&S range, and so they're pigtails, which is like slightly barbaric, actually, like a tail of a pig, barbaric. But if I was like gonna get Alex a little treat, I was like, I'm getting me a little treat. Anyway, these are also really good. They're like sour. They're like sour Skittles sour, so they're pretty sour. But they're also yummy. Okay, that's all. I just wanted to show you some little candies that we got. Because you know what? You only live once, y'all. Okay, time for dinner. I'm going to make a shrimp and tofu stir fry. So I'm going to use this rice. We just buy these packs of rice. You just microwave them. And they're so easy when you just need a quick meal. And then I have the tofu. I've been pressing the tofu. Here it is. She's thoroughly pressed. There she is. Look at her go. So that's good. And then I will get the shrimp out. I bought a thing of shrimp from Costco here. And then I figure we also have cabbage sitting in the fridge that I know can be eaten. We have mushrooms, no mushrooms, but broccoli, and we have avocados. I don't know that might be weird. We also have the pepper, so maybe I'll do a pepper as well, and some jalapeno. That'd be good. Okay, so there we go. I think we have a good mix of stuff to go ahead and do. And then we do have a lot of like Asian flavor sauces and stuff. Like we have mirin and soy sauce and coconut aminos and all the things. But I think I'm probably just going to be lazy and just use this one. Again, you got to think, if you're in a hurry and you need a quick healthy-ish dinner, what do you do? The answer, you have a bunch of quick cook stuff just ready to go. That's the answer. Okay, you're at a weird angle, but I can't hold you in this. So I bought this at, I think, Michael's. They have like all these like really cheap little DIY things. We also got a pot. Like it's a pottery piece of pottery, and then you stick tiles on, and then you grout it. So you like tile this like vase kind of thing. But this is the one I'm currently doing. And let me show you what it looks like. So, here you go. You put the little gems on it. So it has a guide. I'm trying to like get it to focus. Yeah. So you can see like it tells you like A, B, C, whatever. And then each letter corresponds to a color. And then you like put the little gems on. there you go, and it's a bookmark. So I only got this part of a turtle and then this leaf done so far, but it's just a fun little thing to do when you're watching TV. I struggle to sit still when I'm watching TV, so Alex is always like, get off your phone. So like, what can I do that will pique my interest that I can do while I'm watching TV? Is I can do some little things. Knowing that we're just gonna eat dinner and go to bed, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog here. I hope you enjoyed this. We did a lot of things today. Tomorrow is going to be the outside day where we weed the garden, put some grass seed down. I fertilized already, so that's done, but you know, tidy up the yard a little bit. That's gonna be the day tomorrow. So I think it's probably gonna be pretty boring for you just to watch me be sitting out there weeding. So I'll just save you, I shall spare you that torture, and instead I shall wrap it up here. Let me know if you have any questions about orchids, or if you yourself know about orchids and have any tips for me. I would always love that. And I think with all of that said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I'm excited to be back, and I hope you enjoyed. So I think that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.